Hey everyone, welcome to Horrible Gaming. My name is Nora, and on today's video I am just showing you some progress on my newest island, which is a Kidcore theme. And as you can see, we had no fancy intro to this video like I usually do. This was actually a live stream that I did on my Discord channel. So in today's video, we are basically working on a school that I have dedicated to a pre-K / daycare vibe. I actually took a lot of inspo from Toy Story for the color scheme and all that good stuff. And I also want to add that all the windows and patterns that I'm using on the school today, exception of the black window glass, are by me. So I'll have all the codes that you'll need to recreate this if you're doing a Kidcore theme in the video's description. And I also suggest joining my Instagram channel, which is also in the video's description, as well as checking out my other socials. And on my Instagram, I have a ton of different codes you may be interested in on my Citycore highlights. And highlights are clickable circles that I label. I also share content that I don't share on YouTube on there, so you'll get to see kind of what I'm doing when I'm not on YouTube. I also want to add that I apologize, I'm a little late on this week's video. I actually celebrated my 6-year anniversary with my sweet, lovely husband, who is also the original owner of our channel. So I took some time off to spend time with him and also just hang out with my family in general. But it is good to be back, and I am excited to also get this island finished up. I'm gonna make it a goal to get a dream address out, hopefully in a few days. That way I can start working on more requests that y'all give me in my video comments section, and also just on my Instagram too. I have a fall Japanese island that I'm trying to finish. It's a very slow process, so if you are a Japanese follower, I promise that is going to get done eventually. Sometimes I take a break from a theme, but then I'll return to it later so I don't get burnt out on Animal Crossing. I also want to talk about, speaking of Animal Crossing, the direct is in 5 days. Let me know in the comments section what you are hoping to see on this direct. I honestly really want to see some more Pocket Camp items make it to New Horizons. If not all of them, I would definitely pay for that expansion. But I'm really hoping that they bring in a glass simple panel, and that would just put a whole new style on my Citycore builds. So I'm really hoping for that, as well as new villagers and just more items in general to decorate with. But yeah, just let me know what you are hoping for, because a lot of us are super stoked and hyped for this video and direct. So if you are somebody wanting to make a school, definitely go check out my other 2 school building videos. This one, I didn't really focus too much on the building process of it. This video is more focused on just how I wanted to decorate it and my future plans for the school, because I actually wasn't able to record all of the decorating process. We got most of it done, but I wasn't able to actually film the rest of it because, again, we had to celebrate our anniversary. But I'm hoping that this brings inspo to anyone doing a Kidcore theme. As mentioned on a different Kidcore video that I released recently, I am doing a different style of Kidcore. This is just kind of like my version of it. It's a very unique and different style of the Kidcore aesthetic. So hopefully this brings some inspo to someone who wants to do a Kidcore theme, but maybe the current style is just not for you. I'm hoping that this maybe will start a new style and trend for Kidcore in general. To add to the Kidcore city that I'm building, I'm also doing some NPC inspired builds, and I'm also doing some cartoon inspired builds too. So far I have had a pizza planet made by my friend MLAW, and if you want to go check out some of the really cool designs MLAW has been making me for my Kidcore theme, go check her Instagram out. It's linked below. And also on my Instagram, I've been sharing photos of each design she has made me, but it has been a super fun theme. I'm really excited for y'all to come visit this. Another thing that's really different for this theme is I am following the layout of the playmats we all had as kids. And if you're not sure which playmat I'm talking about, it's basically that city playmat with roads on it, and we would all play with like toy cars on it. So my layout for this theme has been following that road and placement. So that means there is no fancy angled roads on this island to truly capture that playmat vibe throughout the whole entire island. So I will be doing themed classrooms, and I'm keeping this very pre-K inspired, but I'm hoping to do on the lowest level a daycare and huge playground area. So this school build is big, but it's not going to be as big as my previous schools that I've done in the past. But I wanted to make sure that I captured a lot of really cool pre-K and daycare aspects to this build in general. So once we finish the school up, I'm probably just gonna go back to focusing on putting my villagers on the island and also just like figuring out where I want my shops. I'm hoping to have room to do a carnival area. I would love to do a boardwalk with just like a carnival tent and all kinds of that stuff. But again, I don't know if I'm gonna have enough space, so hopefully we do have said space for it. So I will have all the rug designs again in the video's description, and the yellow rug that you're seeing right here, and you're going to see me make use of some other base colors like this, are actually the wall codes that I use to my buildings. I thought that this would work really great for some different colored rugs throughout the school, and it doesn't take away from my design slot space. So that's what I did here. Now if you do have design space, feel free, if you're recreating this for your own Kidcore theme or just maybe a school in general, to use your own rug designs for it. But I just wanted to do that just to make my design slots go further. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and finish up my teacher desk area, and then we're gonna make where that yellow rug is a little play area. So this is just gonna be a simple classroom, nothing too crazy, but I wanted to keep the colors very, very nostalgic. So a lot of the decor that I'm using for this build are either DIYs or items you can find inside your Nook store, or these are items like mom's items, etc. If you are someone who doesn't have access to any of these items that we're using in today's build, feel free to join my Discord, which is linked in the video's description, and we have free treasure islands that you can raid to get all of the items you need for your island. So right here, again, we're just making this into a really nice cozy toy area, and I just wanted to keep the decor very simple but colorful and happy. This is actually kind of reminding me of my old teaching job in a way. We actually had a classroom that was laid out very similar to this. So I guess in a way that this was inspired when I was a teacher and also by the Toy Story movie. So I guess it's a little bit of both. So I customized some scatter papers with this kitty little drawing that says SKOOL on it, but it's misspelled, and I'm obsessed with this design. I found it inside the same MA where I used that colorful red checked blanket that's underneath the teacher's desk, and I'm just really obsessed with this. I'm throwing this design on every single thing that I can that makes it look okay, and scatter papers, document stacks have truly been some of my favorite spots to use this. So right here, we're just gonna make a really simple locker room. I'm gonna use every single color of the upright locker to make it very colorful and happy. And then we're just gonna add in some details. And then where that little spot is with the tiles, I'm making this into like an outdoor sitting area. So I will go ahead and fast forward the footage where I was customizing and talking on this stream so you can see how this progressed. So right here on the desk items, I used the homework set. The blue book is a what is this item? It's actually a lost item from your villager. You can use these to decorate if you don't return that item to them. So I love using the lost items for that reason. They just add an extra decor to it. And then that little bag is actually the cider item we got on our holiday update, but I dropped it and it looks like a little lunch bag. So I love using this on my schools and just for like fast food restaurants or cafes, etc. So this is kind of how this room now looks. I'm very happy with it. It feels super colorful and happy. Let me know your thoughts on the primary school vibe that I'm going for in the comment section below. Over here by the locker area, I just placed a bunch of random shoes on top, but I kept them very kitty-like. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and finish up with some simple decor in front of them, and then we can move on to our next room, which is gonna be like a library slash cozy reading room. And that is gonna be right above the lockers. So here is how my reading room looks. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. It's very colorful and simple, but it also feels very kid-like. And I just used a lot of random book items for this location. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and finish up the exterior part of the school up in this area. So I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward the footage so you can see how this looks. Alright, so before I go show you what I finished on the school build, I'm going to give you a brief tour of my progress. So again, the entry is following the exact layout of a playmat. And then over here, I made a soccer area that was overgrown. And above this area, you'll see some colorful apartments. And again, those designs are created by me. So you can find all of these plus some extra and bonus designs that I didn't get to use on this island inside that MA too. But I just really loved how happy and colorful this spot was. Then we're gonna go over towards the right and I'll show you a party store that my friend MLAW made me. I'm just very excited about how this turned out. It was a really fun build. And then next to this shop is a bike store, and the owner of these designs are by TROPIKITCH, except the open sign, which is a design that I created. And I also made some different color variations of that open sign too inside my MA. So above those stores, this is where I have my Sweets Avenue area, and this just has a cookie shop for a cookie, and then also a donut store. And the donut shop is by TROPIKITCH, but the cookie store is by my friend MLAW'S. So again, go to their MAs for these designs. Also used an outdoor table with a cookie pattern design on it, which I thought was really clever since we don't really have any cookie items. The open sign again is by me. And I forgot what those little items are called that I used in front of cookies, but they just really worked well for that location. Then we go up here, and this is where my school area is. So I tried to do like a courtyard style in front of it. And then I also moved a couple villager homes over here, which obviously need to be decorated still. I'm trying to put my villagers in spots because I'm noticing that my space is filling up very quickly. So I'm going to try to do a villager area. Not sure how it's going to turn out yet, but I'm hoping it works out. And then over here, I made a parking lot with the throwback car beds and also some tricycles. Then, of course, here is how the entry looks. I use standees as doors, and then those are the panels, as mentioned in the beginning of the video, that are created by me. And I just did a very basic school design. I mean, this school design has been around for quite some time. We've used it a ton on my other videos and on my older islands. So I just wanted to reuse the similar design on this one. Then we go up here, and this is the patio area before actually entering the school where the locker room is. And then of course you've already seen that room over here for the pre-K area. And excuse all the item loading, I really did pack this school area in, so it is gonna lag some, which is completely normal when you're using a ton of items like this. And then we go over here to another locker room spot. And I decided to make this into another classroom, but of course I tried to do it a little bit differently than the last one. I kept it very simple. And then down here is again another classroom, but I tried to make this one be more focused on like a playroom vibe. And then we have this cute little tent area with standees. And then over in this location, I started making some bathrooms, and I have no idea exactly how I'm gonna finish decorating this area yet, but I do know down here is where we're gonna start our daycare and playground spot. Anyways, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a horrible day. Thank you so much to all of my Discord donators and boosters, and also thank you so much to BBrat100 for donating a new Switch charger to me. This video could not have been done without that donation, so thank you so much for helping me out.